Welcome to a new video. I'm here in Frankfurt right now to check out the Huawei P50 Pocket and its camera capabilities. We have nighttime right now, so I will of course check it out in nighttime, but also daylight with videos and photos. So let's get started. The Huawei P50 Pocket comes with a triple lens setup on the back, containing a 40 megapixel true chroma sensor, a 13 megapixel ultra wide, and a 32 megapixel ultra spectrum camera that, together with the light that is hidden here in the LEDs, can make invisible things visible. It's pretty cool and awesome if you ask me, but does it really help anything? We will see. What you also have in the front on the display, what you have here is a 10 megapixel front-facing camera. Now you can see all the specs on the screen. What do you think about the specs? What do you think about the camera? Let's try it out in action. So this is now recording with the Huawei P50 Pocket and its back cameras. I can see myself because I'm using the 1-inch screen to line myself up here. You can see I'm in Frankfurt. You can see probably some lights in the background there, and I can see myself on the screen to make sure that everything is nice in focus. How is stabilization here? The hotel room is quite big. You might see here behind me there's the bed, and there's a nice little screen as well to watch some television if I want to. How is stabilization? I think it's really quite grainy because it's dim lit situation here right now, and yeah, it's not the best when it comes to lighting situations. But what about the colors? What about the graininess? And what do you think about this one? I think for vlogging this makes a lot of sense because it's so small and compact. You can see yourself if you want to, and you have the ability to record everything with external audio, which is like attached as well, and all the settings are working as well, just like I want it to work. The only thing I wish really to have here is like an option to, like a zoom slider or something, to zoom out to the ultra wide angle as well, which would be awesome, I would say, for vlogging, even better than this one, which is like the main true chroma 40 megapixel sensor. But anyway, what do you think about the quality here? 1080p 60 frames per second on the main camera of the P50 Pocket in a dim lit situation. This is the front-facing camera of the P50 Pocket in its highest quality setting. Can you guess it? 1080p 60? 4K 30? No, it's 4K 60 frames per second. I'm using the display as illumination device, just basically a ring light for my face, so everything is nice and clear. Of course, it's a smaller sensor, so you get more graininess in the background, but still I think it's a good sensor here. And 4K 60 recording on the front-facing camera is pretty awesome as well. The only thing I think it's missing is focusing. If it would have like focusing, doesn't focus. If it would have focusing, it would be like the best of the best of the best. But yeah, for this I think 4K 60, nothing I can complain about. In this dim lit situation, looks pretty awesome. I have the option to go to 1x even if I want to, so I get more stable shots than with the ultra wide angle that I can also choose when I have like other things to show, like here, look how great Frankfurt looks like there in the background, and go back to 1x. You see it's not like a big kind of crop that it does, but it looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? So dual view is also possible, and what you can hear right now is the internal microphones. I have no microphone attached to it. I'm just showing you my hotel room here, and I can go to super wide angle. You can see the bed, very great, and you can also see the view that I have here out of the hotel room, which is pretty nice. So if you're in Frankfurt, probably know this hotel here. Don't want to make any advertisements. Anyway, it's a bit rainy. You can see people driving around, and yeah. This is also cool, a nice little feature that we have here. I can also zoom in. I can zoom in on, what do we have there? Check out those phones there. And there you can see, yeah, I have two other phones with me. The P50 Pro and the Xperia Pro I that recorded the intro here, because in the dark the 1-inch sensor just simply works a lot better than the P50s in terms of video and graininess. What do you think about dual view here on the P50 Pocket? Let's take a look at the photos. First of all, selfies. This is the selfie, as you can see here. Yeah, in dark, it's a bit of not sharp because it doesn't have focusing, but still I think okay. And you can always use the normal camera instead of the selfie cam. And yeah, this is that nighttime photography. You can see outside of the window it's a bit of blooming going on here with the lights. And this is the normal lens. This is the 2x zoom. I think it's looking still okay, everything nice and sharp, a bit soft here on the edge, but still okay. And here 5x zoom, you can see degradation of quality. And when we take a look at the ultra wide angle, it looks okay. Cannot zoom in too much here, but yeah, it is okay. Looks a bit Frankfurt looks here. You can see there's a difference in terms of white balance. You can see it's a bit more yellow. This is a bit more blue, and yeah, this is the 2x zoom. Still okay, I would say. A bit soft, as you can see here around the Commerzbank Tower, I think it is. And here this really looks like it is straight out of Blade Runner. And this is 5x zoom. You can see as soon as I zoom in, it's just not really sharp. The ultra wide angle has macro mode. I didn't really found macro objects to photograph, but this like little safe here in the hotel worked quite fine. You can see almost everything sharp here. It's getting a bit unsharp here on the reset button, and yeah, that is working fine. Then the ultra spectrum camera, and you can see everything that's white gets like this glowing pinkish blue. And yeah, don't use it in the toilet because it works like dark light, it works like UV light, and you can get some interesting shots, but this is probably only for some artistic like shots against flowers, for example. And I think the ultra spectrum camera is helping also with some details for the normal camera, but that's it. If you want to take photos here, Frankfurt has nice little cuisines as well. Very tasty. I'm not sure if you know what it is. Write it down in the comment section. Looks pretty good and awesome. You can see the bokeh in the background also working pretty nice as well. Nighttime photography in the city. The lights are a bit too bright, I would say, but the rest is pretty okay. Everything light up. Also to the sides is still sharp enough, I would say. So yeah, it's okay. And ultra wide angle is also okay. You can see this nice little modern art museum, I think it is. Also pretty nice. On the sides you can see okay the fisheye effect a little bit, distortion going on, and it's getting a bit unsharp here. And you can see nighttime photography. Even if you don't enable nighttime photography, the automatic AI does take care of this, which is pretty good. In darker conditions also the main lens does a good job as long as you have the a little bit of light going on. You can see there's a bit of grain already in the sky, so it's not the best. I think the P50 Pro's main camera does better here. 2x zoom, if it's too dark you can see it gets mushy and unsharp here. It didn't find the focus point, and if you zoom in 5x here you can see, you can still see something what you want to photograph, but it's not the best. This here, however, 5x, if you have enough light, it's looking good. I love beer. And this is the one-time shot, as you can see, is still better, sharper, more clear. Even if you crop in, you get a better result. And this is one of the main issues here with the camera. It doesn't have a dedicated zoom lens, so everything is like cropped in. Yeah, highlight prevention is good here, like ultra wide angle photo still looks good. As soon as you have a bit light, 1x is okay, 2x still okay. You can see it's a bit unsharp here. Even 5x looks still good. As soon as you zoom in to around 100%, you can see it's not so sharp. But all in all, I think a good camera also for nighttime. What do you think?